Miley Cyrus's voice is more manly than Vegangains. Isn't that weird?
Fish and omegas into my life because my brain wasn't functioning properly. I had a head injury when I was, 2 years old. My dad had me, this is really bad, but he can't go to jail, I don't think, because it's long enough. He had me in a baby backpack, and I was on a dirt bike with my dad. And he was riding, and a tree had fallen, and he ducked, and I didn't, and I hit my head on the tree.
Oh, Jesus
It was bad.
Christ.
So that's what's wrong. Everyone's asked me that for years.
So I have to admit that I watch the Joe Rogan Experience fairly regularly. And
Regularly.
each time I tune in
So I have to admit, I watch 12 hours of Joe Rogan regularly while I'm combing to my hentai porn and counting my money from selling pictures of my wife's holes. Okay, everybody.
point, I expect to hear either Joe Rogan himself or his guests speak poorly about the vegan diet and lifestyle. And each time I hear...
Vegan diet is not a diet. There's no such thing as a vegan diet. Remember, there's plant-based posers and there's vegans for life, bro.
them do this, it disappoints me, but I expect it, so, it's not shocking. It doesn't disappoint me too much. But when I tuned in to the most recent...
When I talk, I always have to look slightly confused. I always have to furrow my brow a little bit and shake my head. It's just like the whole world just tastes weird to me, okay? Okay?
Episode of Miley Cyrus, my expectations were definitely subverted. I didn't expect to hear Miley Cyrus, who has been vegan for a number of years, admit to quitting the diet and lifestyle and go back to eating fish. I didn't expect to find out that her dad is a criminally negligent moron who smashes babies' heads against trees.
Wait. Vegangains, shouldn't you be cheering him on? You're the one who talks about how you want to smash babies' heads against the ground. You hear about a man who actually did smash his baby's head against a tree, and you're going to hate on him? Are you just jealous? Well, but you're jealous that I get it. Hi, everyone. So it turns out that Billy Ray Cyrus actually did get to beat a baby's head against a tree, and I just want to say that I'm a little bit jealous. I have to be honest. To be honest, I am a little jealous.
While riding his dirt bike. And I guess what disappointed me most of all is that Joe Rogan would take diet advice from a drug-addicted pop star whose dad gave her severe brain damage.
Okay, there you... Ooh, drug-addicted pop star whose dad gave her severe brain damage. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oops. Accidentally hit someone in the chat. I was just... Oopsie. All right, so there you go. Just debunked, right? Debunked. You don't have to listen to anything Miley Cyrus says. Vegangains has officially debunked her. She's brain damaged and she's a drug addict. So therefore, Vegangains is totally debunked. Anything she has to say about veganism, you don't even have to watch it. You don't have to listen to Miley. Just move on. Continue to eat your satanic soy. Hail Satan. I'm sorry, satanic. You gotta say Satan. Satan. It's made out of tofu.
Like looking at my brain and going, okay, listen, someone cut my brakes, right, on my brain, and I have to take all the things, omega. Was vegan for a very long time, and I've had to introduce fish and omegas into my life because my brain wasn't functioning properly. And
don't tell that to the vegans. They'll come for you.
They're gonna come for me, but that's okay. I'm used to people coming for me, and it's gonna be that I call them out.
Salary.
All right, so Miley Cyrus is
Alright, so hi everybody. So, alright.
claiming that because of the brain damage...
Alright, so, when I say things, it always sounds a little whiny, and alright, so this is how the next 12 minutes are gonna sound. Alright, so look at my eyes and how much love and life are in them. I just really care about the animals, so, alright, so...
Her father gave her, she has issues with cognitive and mental health, and she has to make sure her nutrition is really good to, protect her brain health. And she says that because her vegan diet was deficient in these omega-3 fats that her brain needs. She needed to start eating fish to get these omega-3 fats. So first of all, there is some evidence suggesting that omega-3 fats from fish oils can be beneficial for cognitive.
There's a wealth of evidence showing that omega-3 fatty acids are absolutely necessary vegan gains. And that if you don't get them in, you're going to be brain damaged. And you're going to behave like you're brain damaged, much like we see here.
Function for some people. For normal
For
healthy
some
individuals, it doesn't seem
people?
to have a benefit. But for people who do have impaired cognitive function, it seems that it could help. So it's conceivable that, yeah, if she upped her omega-3, EPA, DHA intake, she might see cognitive benefits. Now, you don't actually need to murder fish to do this, Miley.
Murder.
There are algae-based DHA supplements, and the DHA and EPA in these supplements.
Yeah, you can take some rancid, algae-based DHA and EPA supplements that are full of heavy metal contamination, that use all sorts of solvents to remove them from the algae that are barely digestible and assimilable by you. You could take this, right? Or you could just eat fish. You could just eat meat.
Are bioidentical to the EPA and DHA found in fish. Fish actually cannot synthesize EPA and DHA. They get it from the algae they eat. So
let's just cut out the middleman. You get it from the algae they eat. There's always an argument that they use, right? Oh, they can't make it themselves. They get it from the algae. You can't get it from the algae. You got to get it from them. Just like you can't get protein from grass. You use a cow to graze that grass, turn it into protein, fat, and carbohydrate. Simple concepts, vegan gains. I know you don't understand this because you've never made anything. You've never grown any food in your life. You've never produced anything but a bunch of coon juice and pornography of your wife so you could sell pictures of her holes so that you can continue to be vegan gains.
Than murdering innocent animals, why the hell wouldn't you just take a supplement? All of the research on EPA and DHA and cognitive function.
All of the research.
Uses supplements.
All of the research by the EPA and DHA supplement salesman. Do we really need to finish this? What's coming next? She did it wrong, right? She did it wrong again, and she was never really vegan. And then character assassination, and then vegan gains will probably. I mean, are you gonna challenge her to a fight? Right? He'll challenge her to a fight. He'll challenge her to a fight at the end, and then he'll remind you of his wife's OnlyFans. First link. Here's my wife's butthole. Hi everyone. I was really surprised. I was watching Joe Rogan the other day. I was like a nice 12-hour Coonfest bender to some hentai porn. And hi everyone. What I was doing was listening to Joe Rogan, and Miley Cyrus actually admitted to murdering innocent, defenseless fish on the Joe Rogan podcast. Hi everyone.
Anyway, so if this was a concern for you, why wouldn't you just take an EPA DHA supplement rather than murdering fish? This is very strange, a very strange choice.
Very strange choice. It's so strange. I've only made 100 videos on these ex-vegans who make the same strange choice to get their health back. It's so strange.
Coming from someone who literally made a song about how they were sad that one of their sea creatures died, and then you go and start eating fish. Now, I actually think that Miley Cyrus is completely full of crap. I don't think her cognitive issues, her brain just not functioning, I don't think that...
if you just see something you sound like you think it's stupid, it means you're debunking it. It's like the juvenile mannerisms of vegan gains. He talks like a freaking 13-year-old. Talk about stunted. Pimp daddy, philosopher, king, master debater, vegan gains. Why do you talk like you're 13, man? That whiny-ass 13-year-old voice, like you're trying to get your mommy to buy you a new video game. Every video, you have this bitchy, whiny, nasally voice, or it sounds like you're at GameStop harassing your fucking mom in 1999, trying to get her to buy you whatever fucking PlayStation 2 game she won't buy for you and get you a packet of M&Ms. Mom, I didn't want the plain M&Ms. I wanted the peanut M&Ms. Why are you so mean to me, Mom?
Had anything to do with her diet, I think that
I can't talk without whining like this. I can't watch this. I can't watch this. You guys want to finish this? Does he make any points? Does he give us any laughs? This dude sounds like a freaking 7th grader. He sounds like an upset, spoiled, rotten 7th grader.
had to do with the recreational drugs she took.
Oh, you're gonna Vegangains gonna say that's bad to take recreational drugs when you talk about your recreational drug use regularly. Remember your mushroom trip where you saw, what was it? Where you saw that if you eat animals, you're gonna like reincarnate from all the suffering that you experience. You reincarnate as a suffering animal. You use recreational drugs. You talk about using recreational mushrooms, dork. Oh, here she is. She's smoking a bong rip. Vegangains. You're talking about recreational drugs regularly. You promote the use of recreational drugs, dipshit.
Okay, I'm about to lose it now. I mean, we'll run a bad trip. Really? Is that fucking Liam lookalike, or what the hell is that? What did he just say? I'm in the bed, Uncle Sid. Say hello to Mary Mary Joseph. If I do, you're talking about them. Say hello to the other Uncle Sid. I'm Mary More of that I swear. Yeah.
Still more coherent and funny than Vegangains. As you know, I'm no fan of Miley Cyrus, but she's still less pathetic and obnoxious than you, Vegangains.
You need to do more. You're not like as up as you should.
Yeah, so tell me, what's going to more adversely impact cognitive function? Eating too many vegetables because you're vegan, or taking illegal mind-altering drugs? And what's weird
Mind-altering drugs, like that pornography you spend hours every day cooming to.
about this is, in the same interview,
Except it's not illegal, right? But it is mind-altering. The drug that you're obsessed with, Vegangains, that's also mind-altering. Look at the eyes, always the same. No emotion.
Miley Cyrus actually
The only emotion is that cold, slightly, it's like this cold vibe of just spite. Cold spite eyes. You know, like somebody's looking at you and they just despise you and they're just thinking hateful thoughts. That's what his eyes always look.
that she's had a long history with drug and alcohol abuse, going back to her teenage years, yet somehow this wasn't brought back to the issue with her, brain health. And
She feels better when she eats non-vegan foods, you idiot. You're missing the point. Yes, who cares? She did drugs in the past. She does drugs now. She whores herself out for the media. She is a glorified whore. She's a glorified prostitute who does drugs, glorifies drug use, and her and Joe Rogan are going to teach children about sex and cocaine. But she still feels better when she eats animal foods because she's human, you fucking dork.
Cognitive function.
At one point, again, it went from, it was school, then it went from, how much weed can I actually smoke and still play a teenage superstar on the Disney Channel? and then
What's the answer to that question?
more than you would think. I remember one time when, and I don't smoke anymore, and I'm sober.
How long have you been sober
But
for?
I've been sober since pretty much the vocal surgery kind of did it for me, because I just learned so much about the effects, which again, you're just not taught. It's not really the drinking, it's staying up all night. Once you have your drink, you end up smoking. Alcohol was never my problem. There was other things that I end up, I like to go up. So I now just avoid really drinking because I like to wake up at 110%.
Yes.
Why are you including this? What does this have to do with veganism, dude? I love how these people grasp at straws. It's just like with Tommy. All right, Tommy, eating disorder, recovery, what do you even call it? He's like a therapist now, not a therapist, but he's he has counseling. He helps to counsel people to help them recover from eating disorders. He talks about his history with an eating disorder and how veganism was a huge stumbling block for him and how leaving veganism helped him to recover his health, his sanity, his physical health, his psychological health. Meat and animal foods helped him get out of that. Yet all these people, they say, oh no, Tommy, he had an eating disorder and he's just a really bad, mean bigot and toxic masculinity and this and that. It's like, no, he feels better when he eats animal foods. You're constantly trying to straw man all these other points that have nothing to do with it. Sure, Miley Cyrus is a promiscuous skank whore degenerating generations of young girls to become promiscuous, skank, dank, rank, stanky coony whores, right? She's teaching these children how to be little stanky poon whores, but she feels better when she eats animal foods. So that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that she is a media hoe. It doesn't matter that she does drugs, promotes drug use, heavily into alcohol. It doesn't matter. That doesn't have anything to do with the fact that she's not vegan. She doesn't stick to or adhere to your dietary religion, and she feels better when she eats meat. That's what's important. People get better when they eat meat. They cure their veganism. The disease of veganism gets cured by eating animal foods. Right? Veganism, the disease of affluence that is veganism, goes away when they eat animal foods. They feel better physically and mentally, and their lives are better. That's the point. The point is not what drugs this person do. The point is not this person wears their hat the wrong way. The point is not this person listens to music that I think sucks. The point is not this person wore the different clothes than I think are cool. The point is, Vegangains. The point is, Vegangains. The point is that she feels better eating animals. And that's what matters. People are healthier when they eat their species-appropriate diet.
Pretty sure her vegan diet isn't to blame for her cognitive impairment. Pretty sure she wasn't eating too many vegetables. I think the issue here was that she was on too many drugs. And again,
thanks, Dr. Gaines. Thanks, dude.
Interview, she admitted she had a drug problem since she was in her teens. In her younger years, when she was playing Hannah Montana for Disney, she admitted she was just smoking a ton of weed, yet somehow she still managed to get away with it. And
she's smoking a ton of weed, so she's not vegan? What is the point?
And again, she's drunk alcohol, cigarettes. She
drunk alcohol? Whoa.
She actually really likes upper drugs, so you can imagine, what type of drugs she's been taking. I've seen other interviews with her online where she's admitted to all the drugs she's taken. Marijuana, alcohol, cigarettes. She's even said she's done cocaine, Molly, also known as MDMA or ecstasy. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure taking all of these drugs on top of the brain damage she already has, that's probably what gave her these issues with...
Yeah. All right, cool cope, Vegangains. Let's jump forward a little bit.
I loved my performance, but I was running on empty.
All right, back it up. Let's hear what she says.
Sure you can. Some people can. I cannot because it was really giving... I was
What
having
did it
a
do
lot
for
of...
your brain?
I feel that I'm much...
Slowed you down?
Now I'm so much sharper than I was, and I think that I was, at one point, pretty malnutrition. Like, I remember going to...
There you go. So here she is being honest, right? You got to give it to her. She is being honest. And I've been hard on Miley. But you know what? Actually, I watched a big chunk of this. I watched most of it, listen to most of it, because it's kind of fascinating to me. Right? No, she was kind of humanized in this interview a little bit. I feel sorry for this girl. I mean, she grew up in a snake pit, essentially. But Miley Cyrus, for all the harsh critiques I've got of the entertainment industry, this girl's kind of a victim, but at the same time, she plays into it. She says she's empowered, right? But no matter how critical I am of this, Miley Cyrus is still less insufferable, obnoxious, and pathetic than you, Vegangains. Isn't that amazing? Less pathetic than you still.
Glastonbury, and that was a show that I loved. I loved my performance, but I was running on empty.
No, Miley, if you were doing what you needed to do for the animals, you would just take an algae-based DHA supplement or just take whatever other vegan alternatives to these nutrients.
Whatever other vegan alternatives. There's no vegan alternatives, dude. There's no vegan alternatives. Soy cannot replace animal foods. There's no vegan alternative to butter. There's no vegan alternative to a ribeye steak.
That you think you need. Notice how at no point in this interview did she say, you know, I went to a doctor, I got a blood test, and I was deficient in all these nutrients. No, these are all just assumptions she's making. And remember, this woman has...
No, this is the point of the video where I almost cry with rage and hate while just repeating the same talking points that I always say. I say she was never really vegan in the end. Okay, go pay me $20 to look at my wife's butthole. This is been another episode of Vegangains selling his wife's holes on the internet.
Brain damage, and she's been under the influence of all of these drugs. Do you really think she's capable of making any kind of sound judgment here?
Dude, she said she was taking supplements. She said she supplemented omega-3. She was taking algae supplements. She was taking the DHA supplements. You guys don't even listen to what she's saying. You guys are so fucked in the head. You guys are so brain dead. You guys are so rotted out. You're so rotted out. Your brain is so rotted from running on pure adrenaline and rage. Your cholesterol deficient brain just can't hear what people are saying. You can't represent your opponent honestly because you're chronically dishonest, Vegangains.
And then, yeah, Joe Rogan's just eating this up. Oh, yeah, vegan diet will mess you up. Not all the drugs she was taking. No, it's the broccoli. Broccoli will just mess up your mind.
Can I ask you, were you doing a vegan diet, like, meticulous?
The strictest
Were
you've
you
ever...
doing-
Of course, did somebody say broccoli messes up your mind? No. She just said that she felt better when she ate animal foods. Vegangains. 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 Snap out of it. Snap out of it. All right. Del Bridge donates $15 via Streamlabs. Del Bridge, what's up, dude? Del Bridge, how you doing, man? Del Bridge donated 15, says, Tristan, no diet can prevent us from suffering. People do not comprehend this is a transcendental concept. Yeah, well, that's the thing, is suffering. We're going to prevent suffering with our diet. Look at this. Vegangains, your diet caused suffering to Miley Cyrus. Oh, poor little Miley Cyrus. Miley was suffering from the vegan diet. She didn't feel good. Now she feels better. She reduced her suffering by eating animal foods. Yeah. Okay. What's the problem? She's reducing suffering. Don't you believe that all humans are animals too, Vegangains? Adele's right. No diet will save you. Every one of you is going to die. Vegangains will die. I will die. Everybody we know. Every single person we know that has been born will die. Every animal that's been born will die. These people act like death is some horrible thing. They act like death is some horrible thing. But it's inevitable for all of them.
But were you doing intelligently? Like,
I
were you
did all my
supplementing the
supplements.
right way?
I did all my protein drinks. I've watched every bodybuilder's YouTube about how they still
You can't pay attention to those guys.
train. That's what I'm saying. All of a
Yeah.
sudden, I'm like,
Those
all
guys
I eat is
that-
celery, and like, why are my thighs like huge?
Those
Like,
vegan bodybuilder guys, they're almost all on steroids.
I'm not on
fake.
steroids.
These are just completely contradictory statements. So during the same time period, before she got sober and she had issues with taking these drugs like cigarettes, alcohol, marijuana, MDMA, cocaine, salvia, she was super health conscious and making sure her diet was just totally on point, making sure...
Says Vegangains, who has... I think he took his videos down because we tried to find him the other day. He took his videos down about his amazing magic mushrooms experiences that made him so spiritual. Vegangains promotes drug use, promotes the worst drug in the world, pornography, and sells his wife, hoes his wife, human trafficker, Vegangains. criticizing Miley Cyrus for taking drugs when Vegangains also promotes drugs. All right, we're back. Sorry, I buffered there for a second. Now we're back.
All the supplements and vitamins she needed, making sure she was super healthy while drinking alcohol, smoking cigarettes, and doing all these other drugs.
Which a lot of you vegans do too. Again, you're a hypocrite.
Cool story, you're lying. You're just completely full of crap here. So you were eating whatever the hell you wanted. Maybe at the time you were eating vegan.
Which is what you do. You eat all sorts of junk food. Your whole diet's based around junk food. You got to go full day of eating vegan KFC and shit at Vegangains. Again, hypocrite. Can you say one thing without making it so obvious that you're a hypocrite? I'm going to give you, you got 3.5 more minutes to say something that's not pathetic and hypocritical. Go.
And so, I don't know, you're eating potato chips, Oreos, maybe some fruits and vegetables here and there, but you weren't eating great, and you were on drugs. Gee, I wonder...
Of course, she didn't say what she was eating. In fact, she did say that she was always mindful about getting the best foods. This is somebody that can have whatever food she wants delivered to her anywhere. But no, he's going to make the assumption and strawman her diet and say, no, she's eating a terrible diet. She did it bad.
Why you're feeling so crappy, Miley. And then after you decided to get sober and you started, focusing more on, what you're eating and getting in more nutrition, suddenly you felt better. Gee, is this adding up?
No, she felt better when she ate fish.
For you, it's adding up for me.
Count the cackles in Vegangains' voice. What happens? Why is it that the vegans get that stringy? It's like you have such a... Listen to the difference. Here's Miley Cyrus' voice.
I cannot, because it was really giving... I was
What did
having
it
a
do
lot
for
of...
your brain?
I feel that I'm much...
Slowed you down?
Now I'm so much sharper than I was, and I think that I was at one point pretty malnutrition. Like, I remember going to Glastonbury, and that was a show that I loved. I loved my performance, but I was running on empty.
Right, so there's Miley Cyrus's voice. Let's listen to Vegangains' voice.
And then Joe Rogan says, oh yeah, all these vegan bodybuilders are on steroids. Joe Rogan's on steroids.
So you're Jews.
Joe Rogan's on steroids.
Take testosterone replacement therapy, and I've done it for almost 10 years.
TRT. He on that TRT.
I started when I was like 37, 38. Yep. I started rubbing this cream on me, which wasn't that effective.
Imagine being that much of a dishonest hypocrite that you accuse every vegan who's healthy and athletic of being on steroids, even though Joe Rogan has been on steroids for at least a decade now. And I think that just perfectly sums everything up. These people don't care about the truth. They don't actually care about what is and isn't healthy.
Here's the part where Vegangains projects his own reality onto others.
I think that just perfectly sums everything up. These people don't care about the truth. They don't actually care about what is and isn't healthy. They're just ideologues who want to come up with any excuses for their poor lifestyle choices.
Listen to this salient self-awareness from Vegangains. This is the most self-aware moment. This is almost a moment of clarity here for Richard. Richard, you almost just figured it out, dude. You're almost there.
Of a dishonest hypocrite that you accuse every vegan who's healthy and athletic of being on steroids, even though Joe Rogan has been on steroids for at least a decade now. And I think that just perfectly sums everything up. These people don't care about the truth. They don't actually care about what is and isn't healthy. They're just ideologues who want to come up with any excuses for their poor lifestyle choices. To support animal abuse for no good reason. Look, Mike...
Let's hear that one more time. One more time for Vegangains.
These people don't care about the truth. They don't actually care about what is and isn't healthy. They're just ideologues who want to come up with any excuses for their poor lifestyle choices. For no good reason.
No good reason.
Look, Miley's health issues, it wasn't because of veganism. She was...
Thanks, Dr. Vegangains. Why was it?
drinking alcohol, smoking cigarettes,
Oh, drinking alcohol.
marijuana, doing MDMA, cocaine, salvia, all these drugs, staying up late, not
Yeah,
getting
but fish made her feel better. And veganism made her feel worse.
enough rest, partying
Are you about to cry too? Why do you always look like you're about to rage cry, dude? You always look like you're about to freaking cry.
all the time, working herself into oblivion, getting all the stress put on her from all the fame. Like, this is what caused these issues. You can't blame this on veganism. So these people, Miley Cyrus, Joe Rogan, and others, they are just selfish liars, and they want to give excuses for themselves to go back.
Selfish liars. They're all selfish liars, but Vegangains is a selfless, right? A selfless philanthropist truth teller. Everyone else is a selfish liar, though.
Back to supporting animal abuse, and these are terrible excuses. So I don't really have much else to say. If Miley actually cared about the animals, well, guess what, Miley? If you don't think you're getting in enough nutrition, maybe go see a dietitian, maybe go to a doctor's office, get some blood work done, see if you're actually deficient in anything.
Hey, or maybe just keep enjoying your life and feeling better by not being vegan and not associating with psychos like this. How about that?
Maybe take an algae-based DHA supplement, vitamin supplements, whatever you need. If you actually cared about animals, you would do this, but clearly you don't. You're just a selfish liar. So...
And she's definitely not watching this, by the way, too. She's not going to see this guy.
That's all I have to say about this topic. Really disappointed to see, Miley do this crap. And if you like this video, maybe consider supporting me on Patreon or through my website. I have some funding perks you may find interesting. If you're looking for clothing, then check out the Vegangains store. And if you're looking for online coaching, then check out Quality Gains. He offers customized meal and training programs. And if you click the link in the description, you can get a free ebook. And check out my wife on OnlyFans. Her name is Freshworm Buns. She's hot as hell. She does full nudes. We just released really hot set in the bathtub, so you might want to check those out.
Really hot set in the bathtub.
As always, keep making those vegan gains.
Look at that fat set, dude. Look at your freaking arm.